After months of work, today's the day. We're finally getting to a project we've promised you for quite a while now. The second roof. Well, everything's not perfect.
They're not straight, they're different thicknesses.
That's very off.
It's starting to look the way we want.
That with the koshi that's above it, I think it looks really good.
While trying to do everything the right way.
I guess we're fine.
I guess we're fine. Because yeah, those are already like causing staining happening.
It doesn't hurt to have a little imperfection.
Wabi sabi, that's what it's called, is
Yeah.
the appreciation of imperfection.
It's all part of building modern.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, guys, so we're really excited. Today, we're finally getting to the project we promised you so long ago, the second roof.
Yeah.
So with the koshi and now the second roof with the shingles and shakes, it really brings in that Japanese element of design and architecture into the build.
Yeah, we finally get to use our cedar shakes and shingles that we had originally from the upper main real roof of the building that we couldn't use for that because we didn't have enough. And now we're using them for the lower roof, which is always the plan to begin with.
Right. So there's a lot of snapping lines. There's a lot of trying to make it work. You're going to see everything. But I'm really excited with the final result. We can't wait to share. So let's get going.
All right.
Today we're kicking off our second roof project by installing cedar boards as a solid foundation. This essential step provides a sturdy surface for us to securely nail down our cedar shakes after that.
I was saying this before, so we are ending up with a good bit of gapping, even though like that wasn't the intention. Just because these boards, they're so inconsistent they're all warpy.
I'm just not straight.
They're not straight. They're different thicknesses.
That's very off. You're just going to angle it up to that other one?
Well, that's what I was saying. It's like, this is why I was waiting to put in the last board.
Yep. It looks so not straight from here. But I guess the trusses will sort of hide
if
it.
anybody's wondering why we have shakes going over this.
Well, the idea is underneath,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be able to see these boards underneath instead of it being like OSB or sheathing. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, you'll be able to see them, then you'll be able to see that they're really inconsistent.
that's all right. Rustic.
Rustic. Okay,
Huzzah!
how's it look?
I think it'll look better with the shakes on there, but right now it's nice to see the general shape.
Okay,
What?
so it's got the general shape. It's not got...
I mean, we're missing the sides, so, you know.
From the front.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see.
With the front cedar furring strips complete, it's time to move on to the remaining two sides.
We're moving through the night like we're from a different star, flying over streets and a broken heart.
All right, roof number 2. Well, the second side of roof number 2 done.
Second side is done.
All right.
Caught in the mist, there's so many that never get out of. They're feeding the fears and the doubts. Ooh, but we're golden, we run to the end and we run without shame. We own the game, and we ride on the flames till the morning light. Baby, 'cause we're dynamite. Ain't nobody gonna hold us down. Break all the rules.
How does this look?
I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah?
Like that with the koshi that's above it, I think it looks really good.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this. This will look better once we get the shingles on it.
Okay, guys, so I have to say, this is looking really, really good. We don't have the shakes on yet. We have just the wood perimeter, but it's starting to look more like what we want it to look like.
Feel like we're saying it looks really, really good every step of the way.
Well, we're getting excited. We're really close to the end.
I'm like proud of ourselves. That's nice.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, that's the way we drew it. I think the small roof adds something to the building. We won't really be able to see exactly what it looks like until we get the shakes on there, but it's nice to see that. Yeah, it makes it look less like one big monolithic thing and it breaks it up.
Hey guys, okay, so we finished the cedar roof. Here, I'll go to Anna and tell you about our next steps.
All right, so the next step is cedar shakes. And we've put this string to give us a nice straight edge so we can see how far down our shakes will go over this roof sheathing. And our sheathing is the cedar fence pickets, and we'll be putting cedar shakes. We're starting with the first row of cedar shingles first, and then we'll be doing the shakes on top. We are going to be using just regular roofing nails because we can't find the proper hot dip galvanized or stainless steel type 304 or 316, I think was the numbers. Anyway, those are very expensive and we just can't find them locally. So we're just gonna have to deal with streaks on our cedar shakes, and that's just the way it's gonna be. So next step, cedar shakes.
Okay, so what you see me doing here, I am nailing down cedar shingles. Our first row is going to be cedar shingles. After this, we're going to go to shakes. Later, we'll show the difference between them. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. I am putting it above the yellow line. I'm referencing that to make sure it's 1.5 inch overhang, and also so that it's straight. And then I'm putting 2 nails into each board. This is the first row. It's going to be covered completely with shakes. There is no setback on top of this row.
So Anna's been cleaning some of our shakes and the shingles, just thought I'd show you. So here we are on some of the shakes that we have. And we did count these. We think we'll have enough. We only need 201 for the front 2 sides. And we have over 200 just in the bottom little portion. And then on the right side are all shingles. So we should have enough. We might have enough shakes to do all sides, so that would be great.
Hey, did you talk to the camera about what's the show a difference between shakes and shingles?
I have not. You want to show me?
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Hey, so I thought I would show you the difference between a cedar shake and a cedar shingle. So this is the shingle, which is relatively smooth compared to the shake. And the shake has got all this like rough texture. And this is, I think, hand split, and this is more of a machine cut item. So this is a lot more expensive premium of a product. Also, these particular ones that we have, you can see how much shorter the shingle is compared to the shake. This shake is 2 feet long. I think this is what, like 18 inches? 16 inches. So that's the difference between these two products here. These are our starter course, and then these are the main things that you'll be seeing.
It's a little difficult to drive these in when there's no support behind it. They bounce a whole lot.
I sure do.
So these are the last ones on this side.
Now, hopefully this corner doesn't split.
I don't know that this one will. There we go.
All right.
All right, so now that that's done, we have all of the first row done. So now what we need to do is start adding shakes on top of all these.
And we're doubling up on that first row.
Right, they're all gonna go flush essentially to the front one. And then after that, we'll start the 10-inch reveal. So I'll be nailing though 11 inches up because we're in the south and we don't have a strong prevailing wind. We have a lot of woods around us. And we don't, like hurricanes and things it's not a thing here. Could be a tornado, but I don't think a tornado 10 inches versus 5 would make a difference.
Yeah, let's just take out the whole shed then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just the shed is gone.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey,
So how does this look?
looks like shakes.
I mean, does it give it instant character to the whole thing?
I think I'll be able to tell once we do the second row.
Okay, from up here I have instant character. It looks really good from up here.
Yeah,
close
it's lots
up?
of different colors.
Yeah, I mean, it has varying colors. It's pre-weathered.
Yeah.
We got them cheap. But so far, I mean, I think it's looking pretty good.
Hey, so what are we doing over here at the table saw?
Hey, so the next layer has to be less than the length that these are. So these are 24 inches and we need them to be about 18 inches, which means I get to cut them all.
Not 19? 19 is what you said earlier.
18 and 7/8.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure.
So I'm gonna cut these all. I think it's just gonna be faster to cut this than the miter over and over and over.
Yeah, probably.
That'll just be faster. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm doing it because Anna doesn't like using a table saw.
That's true.
Time out. I wanted to let you know that we quickly went over to using the miter saw for all these cuts. The table saw was not the right choice. After 1 or 2 boards in, we realized that, and so we went over to the miter saw. Just FYI, don't do this. Use the miter saw.
Is that how high up you're supposed to? Oh, I guess that's
10-inch reveal, and I'm nailing at 11 inches.
okay.
Um,
Because that's just barely going through the tops of the ones below it.
yeah, I know. I mean, it's pushing them down. It's keeping them where they want to, keeping them in place. This is going pretty fast.
Yeah, I came back after I was cutting those other ones for you, and I was like, whoa, okay. 25% of the way through already.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go cut some more, it looks like. Well, and here is why you double up your first row. So you can see that the very first row is under this second first row. And so that way you've got coverage in between where you stagger your joints. Hey, so I'm about to cut the shakes to length for our top row of our little roof. And I have a 45-degree angle right here that will hopefully match our building. So when I put the shake up there, it's just not just this flat piece. It's kind of hugs the building a little bit more. Yeah.
All right, and train with me for a second. I just want to say one thing.
Hey, what are you saying?
Hey, so I just want to say, so for the top row, I'm going to go over to the nailer. So the siding nailer. Before I was using the regular nails.
Roofing nails.
Yeah, roofing nails, 1.25 inch, because that way they weren't going to poke through the bottom over and over and have nails just constantly. But for the top row, it's going to be so offset. I want to make sure that I drive all the way through everything.
The sheathing included.
Yeah, so I want to drive through everything, and so I'm going to go over to using the nailer. So just FYI. I might also use the nailer at the corners because it keeps splitting, and the nailer would prevent that. There we go.
All right.
Last piece on the front is installed other than the corners.
Yeah, well, that's going to be very last. Hey.
Hey, so we're at the end of the evening. It's 7:20, but it's just getting dark early because it's overcast today. But we were able to get that done. Here, you should look at it from here. It looks right. Like it looks really good. I mean,
Yeah.
It's not quite perfect.
Yeah, that's what shakes do. They're like variable, and that's fun.
Isn't that like part of the Japanese aesthetic is wabi-sabi? Am I incorrect in this, or am I correct
Yeah,
actually?
that's
That's
correct.
wabi-sabi.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. Is
Yeah.
the appreciation of imperfection of like nature is perfect, but then there are some imperfections, and it adds to the character.
Yeah, that looks really cool. Totally looks like it's finished, but it's not. We still have to do the sides. But that looks really, really nice.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so yesterday we were able to put all the shakes on the front of the shed. It's looking really good, but using the hammer and nail took a while. So today we're just going to use the nailer, and we're going to just install it that way.
Yeah, and bonus is that the nail gun, those are hot dip galvanized, which are the proper type of nails, even though they're like crazy long.
Yeah.
And then the other ones were not, and those are technically wrong, but we wanted the shorter nails before.
Okay, so that's what we're up to today. Let's get going.
All right. Hey, so if anybody would like to have more information about cedar shake installation, more specifically, we have that in the other video that we did on our original roof. The original plan was to put shakes up there. We had to scrap that idea, but in that video, we have more specific information about spacing and information and technical information from the booklet. So if you'd like more information, go check out that video.
Yesterday I was doing everything myself because it just made sense at the pace I was able to go, but today with the nailer, I think I'll be able to go faster with installing them. So Anna's going to be up there with me and she's going to be putting them in, like laying them down.
Yeah, I'll lay them out and then you nail them in. That'll be a lot faster than as I was watching you do it as I was cutting things. It was just really slow where you would lay them out and then reach down for the gun and then I think it'll
so
go
this should go faster. It might end up being like slightly awkward waste of time for both of us, but I think it should be pretty good.
Watch it like even out.
But I think I've seen when like professionals do this, that's how they always have two guys do
You have somebody handing and you go pow pow.
Yeah. So, all right.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
Anna, how's progress going this morning?
Super fast. I forgot to look at what time we started with that first row.
9:15 is when we started setting up stuff, I think.
Okay. Well, we can always look at the timestamp on the...
I think it's 16 minutes so far in.
10-inch reveal right here, up to here, and this is our second row of shakes. And then our other measurement here is for where our nail line will be, right along there.
All right, you've cut the last pieces for the side.
Yeah, I don't want to cut too many, but like, you think that'll be enough?
I think that'll be enough.
And bonus, these are a little thinner. Those other ones are getting pretty chunky.
Guys, look at this on our camera. Is a cicada.
You know, it's like the height of summer when you've got cicada noises.
Hey, Anna.
Hey, so we finished 2 sides of the building, and then now, before we move our scaffolding over to the other side, we need to put on these corner cap pieces, which are like ridge cap pieces.
Which will go right here.
And
We'll go over that.
I will say that I was making a little bit of a fuss about using the correct fasteners so they wouldn't like corrode. But check this out. These are made with ones that are already staining. Like these are pre-manufactured with probably the wrong type of metal for these staples here. So
I guess we're fine.
I guess we're fine. Because yeah, those are already like causing staining happening. So
And these came from the factory that
yeah,
way.
these came from the factory this way. So
Okay.
all right, let's install these.
Hey, so we saw in the instruction manual that it's like a butterfly for the first one. We're like, why do we need to do that? It's because it's not flat.
Yeah.
So you have to cut it off because it's this difference in height. So you have to do too high.
Yeah.
The first one, you do like a butterfly, kind of like that.
Wait for that.
Yeah. Well, those are really far apart.
Should we just use a jigsaw?
No, we can just do this now.
It'll be under the other one anyway.
Honestly, that's probably fine. I'm gonna leave it like
It's gonna
that.
be under the other one, as long as it's roughly okay.
Yeah, that got the job done. Let's go install it.
All right.
Got to install the piece.
Yeah.
Installing the piece.
All right, here we are.
Okay, so here this is here. So I'm glad it does cover up all the nails on the positive side. So about there, that works really well. And this unevenness is because this one comes in a little bit, you know, a little differently than that one.
Is this how far over you want it to be? It's kind of nice that it hangs over so much.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's appropriate.
Oh yeah, it's covering up this other one.
Yeah,
down here.
so here I go. I'm doing it.
Okay,
I don't know how far up. I'm just going to kind of guess.
glasses.
About like that. And I'm guessing about like that.
Sure. And this bottom one, we're gonna put another one directly on top of it.
Okay, hand me another one.
Okay,
You like this one as the corner one?
sure.
So now I guess this one goes over. I think the idea is that it shims out. There. All right, next one.
Okay.
There we go.
So what are we doing here?
So I've marked it at a 90 because this hits the corner. I don't know if our corner is really 90 degrees, but it should be kind of close. I'm gonna go see if that fits. You can see my 90 pretty clearly here.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that works. I might have to use the box cutter to get off those little nibbles, but should be it. I don't know what to call them. Are they nibbles? I don't know what to call it. The little, you gotta nibble it off.
Spurs.
Sure. All right, so here, I'm gonna put this up here. Hey,
Oh, it's all right.
that fits pretty well.
Yeah.
Does it look,
Yeah, looks good.
looks pretty appropriate, right?
Yeah, looks fine.
All right, so I'm just gonna try to do one nail, and we're gonna call it here. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right.
All right. First corner.
There. So first corner done. And also that makes this entire, that's it.
Yeah.
We just have the other side to do and we're done with the shed and except for the door and the,
yeah, we're done with this.
we're done with the
We're
shed.
done with being on scaffold or ladders on this side of the shed.
Well, and I'm just excited, just so you know. I don't know, this is exciting to have us done. We don't have, like, that's it, right?
Yeah, over here.
Stop saying over here. We're done overall.
No, what about this side?
Yeah, okay, we have one more side to do, but
Right
we're,
over there.
okay. The exciting thing to me, okay, so it is 1:56 p.m. right now. We'll be finished by this afternoon.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna be done.
Yeah.
And then that means the shed is completed until this fall or sometime when I have a time to work on the door. But for now, I can just be like, and it's done. All right.
And then I get to organize in the shed.
Yeah, and you can, and Anna can get to organizing. Organizing is not my thing. It's very much Anna's
Totally
thing.
my thing. Give it all to me. I'll do it.
Yeah, Anna loves the organizing. Like if you watched, what is it, Brooklyn Nine-Nine? You know, Santiago? Yeah. She'd get
Yeah.
along with Anna. They'd be besties.
It's awesome. Can't wait. All right, we've got our scaffolding set up for the other side.
We're moving through the night like we're from a different star, flying over streets and our broken hearts. But they can't even touch us, we found a different beat. Paradise is waiting and we bought the leaves. Ooh, getting caught in the mist, there's so many that never get out of. They're feeding the fears and the doubts. Ooh, but we're golden, we run to the end and we run without shame. We own the game.
Done.
And we run.
Except for that corner.
Hey, how you doing, Kat? Okay, guys, so that's it.
Yeah, the little roof on this shed is complete.
So it was a shake roof. You saw us build it, but it went really fast. I mean, what was it, a day and a half total?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, a day and a half.
It's got to be like one of our fastest major projects that we've had.
No, I think the fastest is, well, it felt like the fastest was putting in the koshi because it was just like, boop, nail,
Yeah.
done. But ignoring the fact that we had to build them.
What do you think about the shakes?
I think I like it. I was accustomed to seeing more of the black siding, and this kind of covered up a huge amount of that.
Right.
Also, I think it's kind of cottagey looking, but it could look, very Japanese.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that the shakes are not this bright cedar color.
Okay. So I like it, though. It does definitely remind me of very traditional Japanese structures that we saw in Kyoto, and maybe a few other places we went. There's a few traditional towns that we went to that this really harkens back to that.
And this is so much better than asphalt shingles and even like a metal roof. Like, I don't know, those are the other choices, really. I mean, a tile roof, I guess. Like, I don't know what else you would put on here.
We could have gone with slate,
Slate, well, yeah, slate would look awesome, but
honestly, slate probably would have been the same cost as this.
I know this. so expensive.
Shakes are very expensive. Even these that were on discount, they're expensive. But anyway, that's really good. I'm really happy with all of this. So anyway, thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. We still have a few more things coming. We need to talk about the cost and what this actually cost us at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, and stay tuned for that time lapse.
Anyway, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.